Now, many people like to impersonate their favourite celebrities from time to time, but this year, one LA woman took it to the next level using a phenomenon called mouth acting.
Yes, it's new to us as well. Back in January, Mary Elizabeth Kelly took to TikTok with her hilarious impressions of celebrities like Keira Knightley, Drew Barrymore and Owen Wilson, racking up a whopping 18 million views.
But Mary joins us on the line all the way from LA. But first, let's remind ourselves of what exactly mouth acting entails.
Sure, you've heard of method acting, but have you heard of mouth acting? Let me show you what I mean. Oh, I've no idea. Wow. Wow. Oh, please, Dad. You've got to be kidding. You're Spider-Man? I'm not Josie Grossi anymore. But I saw her for what she really was. A freak. What you on about? I really cared about you. Yeah. Mouth acting.
There we are. And Mary joins us from LA this morning. Good morning. And thank you for joining us in the middle of the night live from Los Angeles.
Hi, Mary.
Anything for you.
Listen, this has become a phenomenon. You've done some numbers on social media. Before we talk about that, though, we might talk about you. You're an actor, obviously living in LA. What has that been like, and what has LA been like over the past 12 months? Because the world has changed, your job has changed. How has it been for you in LA?
Yeah, it's been okay. It's my husband and I both worked from home beforehand anyway, and I've had a lot of Zoom auditions and self-tapes, which has been okay. But yeah, we've had obviously a lot of loss, and LA's been in and out of lockdowns, but we're doing okay. It's been okay.
So things have changed slightly, because you were saying that outdoor dining, as
Yeah.
you're allowed to do that again. So things are starting to change slightly for you, for the better.
Yes, yeah, things seem to be looking up numbers wise. Yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. Let's talk about what you've been doing and what you've become famous for on TikTok in particular, Mary. You're a huge film and TV fan, which is pretty obvious once anyone starts watching your videos. But you're particularly drawn to the mouth movements of famous actors. So first of all, where did this idea come from?
So it was during quarantine. I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and Johnny Depp playing Jack Sparrow just does a lot of kind of bizarre things with his mouth while he's acting. And I remarked to the friend I was with, I was like, oh, his mouth, that seems to be moving so strangely during all of this, and not when he's like in interviews or in his normal life. And then I noticed Keira Knightley, who's also in that movie, was doing it. So I thought, that's kind of a funny thing that actors tend to do, is just move their mouths when they're in odd ways when they're really being serious in a scene. So I decided to make a little list and impersonate them all.
And some are more exaggerated than others, it would be fair to say. So you kind of have a select list of those who particularly use their mouth when they're acting.
Yes, ones that, when you think of that actor and you think of their performances, you kind of go, oh yeah, they're mouth forward.
It's interesting when people talk about doing impressions, Mary, that, they tend to try and get the accent right, trying to pick up the voice or a characteristic in the voice. And I know as an actor myself, we would do, during training, you would do exercises like this. But you've concentrated on the physicality of the mouth, which creates the character, which is so recognizable for that person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. A lot of people in the comments will say, I didn't even know who half of these actors were, but it's from your mouth, I could tell who they were. So yeah, it's funny. I think people don't think as much about, the isolated parts of the face when it comes to acting, but.
And has it absolutely blown you away, the response on TikTok? Or did you, obviously you just started this for something to do, I'd imagine, as an exercise, and it's just gone through the roof for you.
Yeah, it's amazing. People are, the internet can be kind of a fickle, odd place, but with all of this, everyone's been really lovely and complimentary. And obviously, it's making people laugh in kind of a difficult time. So That's all I can ask
Good.
for.
I think we all need some humour in these times, don't we, with so much uncertainty around. Keira Knightley, Drew Barrymore, let's go through the list. Have you had any reaction from any of those people, by the way?
No, you know, the Drew Barrymore show, her talk show that she does, has commented on a couple of my videos, but no, I haven't heard from the actors themselves. I'm a little nervous too, if I ever do, because you know, I wouldn't say I'm making fun really, but you know.
So what would you say are the traits that Drew Barrymore shows? Because as you say, there are certain things she does with her mouth. How do we know it's Drew Barrymore?
You know, it's the side lisp, I think, is the biggest part of it all. And just sort of like the slackness of her jaw and switching from, she'll like start talking on this side and then sort of like over and talk to the other side. So yeah, it's really all about her little kind of semi-lisp that makes her very endearing, but also, yes, a mouth actor.
And what about Keira Knightley?
Kira's is all about the underbite. She's got just a bit of a little underbite. Yeah. And when she really means it, she snarls a bit. Yeah, but yeah, I love that it makes them, you know, makes them a little quirky.
And what impressed me with most of the stuff that you do is your mastery of the accents. And when it comes to the likes of Emma Thompson, I mean, you've got Emma Thompson nailed. What is it about Emma Thompson's mouth?
You know, she is always sort of frowning, I find. So even when she's doing sort of, you know, lovely, happy things, she's always sort of like, you know.
She does.
Frowning that happens.
Oh, Lord.
That's very true. Olivia Colman as well always has quite a dramatic look, doesn't she?
She's always smiling. Yeah, she's just always like... Again, in the happy or the sad scenes, she's just always sort of like...
It's very. She has such an expressive face, and you know, as you picked up on, Mary, a lot of actors do, and you've picked up on that trait that makes their face so expressive, and you've honed in on it.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey must be the ultimate, is he?
Yes. Oh my gosh. A lot of people have requested him, and I would say he's a full face actor. He's got the eyebrows, he's got the eyes, he's got the mouth. He's really... So
how would you go about Jim Carrey? Go on, give us a quick look at Jim Carrey.
I did do a Grinch impression recently, and it's a lot of jaws.
Yeah, very good. Another one that impressed me greatly was someone from our own shores, Fiona Shaw. You nailed her accent, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks.
What's it about Fiona that makes it quirky?
She's all here, just pushing constantly with her. To get into hers, I kind of like chew with air in my mouth, and I say the word freak, because that tends to be a good one for her to get into.
I love it. And the last one that we might look at or ask you about is Maggie Smith, one of the most beloved actors in the world. What is it about Dame Maggie?
You know, Maggie is amazing, but is a bit easy to do because it's just that.
It's stillness.
It's a tiny little... And I have to say, I know this is technically nose acting, but she does a little nostril flare as well, which I think adds to the overall effect. But yeah, she's...
So we've got mouth acting, nose acting, and you also do eyebrow acting as well.
Yeah.
Do eyebrow acting, yes.
So who distinctly uses their eyebrows in their acting?
You know, gosh, Emilia Clarke, I think, is probably the number one that I think of. Just the range of her eyebrows going in and out. I think The Rock, it's kind of hard not to think about.
He does flash that left eyebrow.
He does,
and do you know who he reminds me of when he does it is Sean Connery. He was another actor who used his eyebrows to great effect.
Yes.
Absolutely. He'll have to be in part 2 of the eyebrow series.
There you go. Well, listen, you stay safe in LA, and we hope things pick up for you as we do for everyone else. Keep doing what you're doing because you're keeping a lot of people entertained, and stay safe and well. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We know it's early in the morning over there.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
Next stop, Saturday Night Live.
Right, if you'd like to check out some of Mary's hilarious TikTok videos, you can find her on the handle that's up on the screen now.
Now, up next, we're adding a touch of colour to your spring wardrobe. Stay with us.